Hey, welcome to Nerd Corner. Today we're going to nerd it up. We're going to go back to 1981 in a game called Car Wars. I'm not going to go into too much detail here. This is Car Wars. You probably know what it is. If you don't, you can go look it up. So what I wanted to do was go over the rules of Car Wars and see what happens when two cars chasing each other at 100 miles an hour. What happens when one car attempts to perform a pit maneuver on the other car? So this will be an interesting experiment. Just to sort of go over the rules of Car Wars and just see how it simulates physics. So we're going to presume that the cars are traveling 100 miles an hour. And as we can see from this movement chart here, if they're going 100 miles an hour, there are 5 phases in the turn. So each car moves 2 inches per phase. And actually, yeah, the police car is in chase. And let's say the police car is going 105 miles an hour, because you have to be going faster than the other car anyway to do a pit maneuver. And let's also presume that the handling class of the police car is 3, and the handling class of the suspect is 0. Let's say he's drunk or he's got a bad car. So these are our beginning setup here, and we're going to use this turning key. And so we're just going to follow the rules and see what happens. So, alright, so in the first phase, each car moves 2 inches. But, let me just move these back a little bit. But the car that's moving faster gets to go first. So the car that's moving faster gets to go first, because that's how the rules work. As you remember, you can only declare a change in speed once per turn. So alright, so here we are in phase 1. Now what the officer is going to do is he's going to move 2 inches forward. Each set of 4 squares is about equivalent to 15 feet. He's going to move 2 inches forward during the first phase, and then he's going to perform a maneuver into the rear corner of the car. So he moves here. That's one of his moves. Actually, this guy would have to be here for this to work. I know, it takes a lot of setup. But, alright, so he's moved 1, and now he moves the second one. And then we use the turn counter here, and he is going to perform, it doesn't focus. He's going to perform a difficulty 1 maneuver, a 15-degree turn. And the way it works is you'd hold on to the front corner of the car and actually can turn it. Now that would cause the car to conform. So, now that that's happened, the damage it causes, that is determined by, you subtract the lower speed from the higher speed and you divide by 4. So that's basically a 5-mile-an-hour crash. And so as far as the damage goes, the police car's right front will take damage, and the suspect's car's left side will take damage. So we roll the 5, so that's 5 minus 4 is 1. So both cars take 1 point of damage. The police car takes on the right side, suspect car takes on the left side. The handling status of the police car, that drops from 3 to 2, because he performed a D1 maneuver. And because this is a side swipe, it's a further loss of, it's considered a hazard, and it's a D1 for every 5 miles per hour speed. So Because the difference in speeds is only an effective 5 miles per hour, there's actually no D1 hazard. However, the lead car, because its handling class was 0, it actually goes to -1. In any case, so both vehicles have to make a control roll at this point. So let's see, we go to the control table here. And so we need to look up the speed on the left, and the handling status is at the top. So let's see, so that's 2, and we're going 100 miles an hour. So the police vehicle, that says safe. Now the handling class 0 vehicle, it went from 2 to -1. Sorry, it went from 0 to -1. So it needs to roll higher than a 2, otherwise bad things happen. So go back to here and click on roll. We got a 4. Okay, so the lead vehicle, the suspect, he survived, or sorry, he did not lose control because of the crash. However, he needs to go now because this is still the first phase. And because he's driving at 100 miles an hour, so he's going to move, we're going to move in chart here, he's going to move 2 inches forward. And basically he has to do that. Now, as you can see, he is dangerously close to the edge of the road. So what's he going to do about it? Well, let's find out. So first of all, oops, yeah, that's kind of the problem, that the counters always tend to move around. You really got to tape down the table if you want that to happen. So here's the first part of his movement here. And so now he's going to make, well, he doesn't want to go off the road, so he's basically got to make a turn. So he's going to try a D3 maneuver. Actually, no, he's going to try a D2 maneuver. So that's a 30-degree turn. So you put this here, and then we turn the car like this. So it's now, it's not headed for the end of the side of the road, but that brings his handling class down further. So his handling status was at -1, and now it's at -3. So this time he needs to roll higher than a 5 in order to see what happens. Basically, let's roll. Actually, yeah, I think that okay, if you roll the number shown or higher, you keep control of the car. So because he rolled a 5, he actually does keep control of the car. However, his handling class is now -3. And so the next phase, phase 2, the officer can do a 1 forward and then forward again, and then do another pit maneuver like so. That will cause his car to conform again to the other vehicle. So that would be another -1 on the control table. So we'd go from -3 to -4. And so the control table would tell us that at 100 miles an hour, he would need to roll a 6 to maintain control of his vehicle. Let's see if he can do that. No, he can't. So he loses control of the vehicle. Now, because he lost control because he was hit, he has to roll on the crash table because of the side swipe. So basically what happens is he rolls 2 die 6. So he gets a 4 and a 2, that's a total of 6. And on the fishtail table, he's got a major fishtail. So what that means is as above, but rear quarter moves 2 squares. Alright, so because of this another side swipe, oh, we forgot to roll damage. So no damage because it's only a 5 mile per hour difference, so that's a 1 die 6 minus 4. So no damage from that, but his handling class, he failed the control roll. So first he has to do a major fishtail, which means that the rear corner of the car moves 2 squares left. So now that's where his car is facing at the beginning of the second phase. Now, his handling class is also, well, let's just call it -3. So now his handling class is -3. He's got 2 moves to make. So he can declare a deceleration because, he's going 100 miles an hour. And if he goes straight, basically that's probably going to take him like into the side of the road. So him decelerating really quickly. Actually, wait, because see that gray strip there? That's actually gravel, and that actually causes a further hazard too. So anyway, his handling class is probably like -5 or something like that. So he should declare a deceleration, and the maximum amount you can decelerate during a turn is 45, I believe, which is actually, and that is another maneuver. Actually, it counts as a maneuver. So if he did decide to decelerate at all higher than 10, if he decided to decelerate more than 10 miles an hour, then he'd have to roll again on the crash table. And if he, so if he's at 100. It's at -6. So basically, he would have a double X if he made any kind of maneuver now. So basically, yeah, what would happen? So suppose he slams on the brakes. Suppose he drops from, actually, yeah, I guess like, right, let's say he drops like 28 miles an hour. So it goes to 80 from 100. And that happens immediately. So actually, he only moves 1 inch this turn. Or sorry, this phase. Oops. So he'd move 1 inch forward like that. Yes. But because he decelerated, that means he has to roll on the crash table again. So go back here and roll 2 die 6. Got an 8. And he does another major fishtail. As you can see here, he got a 5 through 8. So actually, yeah, and it says that we should choose randomly in this case because he caused the reduction in handling class because of the change in speed, not by the police car hitting him. So that means that we roll 1 die 6, and if it was 1 to 3 is left and 4 to 6 is right, then move 2 squares to the right. So that'd be 1, 2, like so. Actually, that's a little bit better for him. And then there's tire damage and stuff like that. So his handling class has gone down even further now. He's at -6. And so we can conclude here that getting hit by a car when you're going really fast, bad things happen really quickly. And so the suspect has no choice. He's got to slow down or else he's going to roll his car, and he understands that. So that's why the police do pit maneuvers. Now, perhaps it would have been more fun if he rolled badly and went to a fiery crash, but, hey. So anyway, so that's Nerd Corner. Thank you for watching.